Hello and welcome to the interface. This is Hari Kumar. Today I am going to tell you about Swami Sathyananda Saraswathi of Chenkottukonam Ashramam in Thiruvananthapuram district in South Kerala. For those who are not familiar with Swami Sathyananda Saraswathi, let me sum up him in a couple of lines. If you ask me who is the most popular, outspoken and fearless Hindu saint in the recent past in Kerala, I won't think twice before answering Swami Sathyananda Saraswathi. He had two dimensions. In the inner core, he was a purely spiritual mystic, but outer side, in the periphery, he was a staunch defender of Hinduism. And he never left any stone unturned to defend his faith and culture. He appeared in the public scenario, or he became popular in early 1980s. That was a period when Hinduism was in decline in Kerala. Though Hindus were the majority community in Kerala, they were economically and politically they were in decline. Hindu faith used to face onslaughts from evangelists and radical Islamist groups. Many times we used to hear speeches from evangelists, even sometimes denigrating Hindu gods. It was at that time that Swami Sathyananda Saraswathi came to the forefront and he defended Hinduism boldly and answered the assailants or aggressors in the same coin. Of course, this created certain opposition also to Swami. But he never backed out. Because he was a man who had conviction, who had the courage of conviction. He was very passionate about his goal. And physically and mentally he was strong. That reflected in his words. Perhaps that could be one of the reasons why he was termed as communal by some people. But actually he was not a communal person. He had many admirers and disciples from Christianity and Islam. There was an MLA of Congress who was a non-Hindu, was a staunch admirer of Swami Sathyananda Saraswathi and who used to visit ashram. Swami never segregated his disciples on the basis of caste or religion, on the basis of color or nationality or language. Everybody was welcomed with open hands. But he never backed out from telling the truth. That was one aspect which endeared him to many and created some opposition also in the society. Swami was one of the few saints or one of the few activists in Kerala who participated in the Rama Janmabhoomi movement, and he was also associated with the Nilakal agitation. All these were related to the self-pride of Hindus, and that was a period when Hinduism adhering to the principles of Hinduism was considered to be a regressive act by many. And many people under the influence of communism used to dismiss Hinduism or certain Hindu customs as superstition. Swami Sathyananda Saraswathi tried to instill confidence among Hindus. And actually the beneficiary of Swami Sathyananda Saraswathi's work is the Bharatiya Janata Party or BJP, especially in Thiruvananthapuram district. If there is a reason for the popularity of BJP in Thiruvananthapuram, where it emerges as number 2 in Thiruvananthapuram Lok Sabha constituency, The actual reason, or the man who is responsible for the growth of Hindu ideals or Hindutva ideology here is Swami Sathyananda Saraswati. However, it is the BJP itself has not acknowledged Swami Sathyananda Saraswati to the extent he deserves credit. Swami Sathyananda Saraswati started a few institutions also. But unfortunately, in that aspect, he has not succeeded. He started a newspaper, Punya Bhumi, and being a journalist, I know that it was not run professionally. So I don't want to take sides. I would like to, again, taking a cue from Swami himself, I would like to call spade a spade. So I will say that Swami's ventures didn't succeed. However, he instilled confidence in Hindus, in the minds of Hindus, and that generally helped the society and Hindu community in particular. So this is what this is the summary of his persona as a defender of Hinduism. And I would conclude by saying that Swami Sathyananda Saraswati was a warrior saint. You won't find many warrior saints in Kerala. In North India, that concept is not unknown. For example, our Naga saints, or even Sikh gurus to a great extent were warrior saints. These people never shied away from taking up arms to defend their faith and culture. They fought against invaders, both physically and ideologically. And Swami also belongs to that category. And he was one of the rare such Hindu saints in Kerala. Now going into his spiritual persona, not many people know about the spiritual powers of Swami Sathyananda Saraswati. Recently, I heard a video of former Director General of Police, Alexander Jacob, who said that he had seen Swami Sathyananda Saraswati igniting fire by his mental power. So I have heard a few stories also narrated by some people, but not many people, or there are not many reports or narratives about his Swami's spiritual persona. Now I would like to recount a story told by one of my friends. He was my friend as well as a distant relative. His uncle was a disciple of Swami Sathyananda Saraswati and used to visit him, the ashram, at least 2-3 times a week. So close was the uncle of my friend. At his insistence, my friend went to Chenkottukonam ashram to meet Swami. He was at that point of time a communist. This happened more than 30 years ago when we were studying in pre-degree, which is now known as plus 2. I think we had passed pre-degree. And he said, when he met Swami asked him, "Are you alone? Or have you come alone?" He replied that, "Yes, I am alone. Nobody is accompanying me." But Swami said, "No, you are not alone." Then he explained, "I am seeing you in a midst of a group of people. In fact, I can't see you properly. Those unfinished karmas of you from the previous births, the burden of unfinished karmas, your unfulfilled wishes, your likes and dislikes, all those abstract concepts and ideas have taken form and are surrounding you. In fact, I cannot see your real face." What Swami might have meant was, his mind, he appeared so turbulent. And in fact, his real character was not visible, or real capabilities were not visible. Then Swami asked him, how are you feeling? He said, I'm doing good. Then Swami nodded in negative. He said, no, my son, it doesn't seem you are doing good. Then he asked, can you follow my words? He didn't reply. Because he was a communist, he was a rationalist. And he was saying, he didn't reply. Swami said, I know what is going on in your mind. Then he continued. He told a story. He asked my friend, have you flown a kite? Yes. My friend said, when you fly a kite, when the wind is favorable, you will let it loose. When the wind is unfavorable, you would tighten the string and pull it back. But when the kite is flying up in the sky, it would think, if I break away from the string, I could go to sun and moon and I could fly among stars. But the moment it breaks away from the string, its downfall begins. Similarly, for a human being, if he has got somebody to guide him, if he has got a guru, and the guru will let you move forward in full speed when the times are favorable, and he will prevent you from acting when the times are unfavorable. So, are you willing to follow my words? He again asked. But my friend didn't reply. He just smiled. Then Swami blessed him and asked him to say prayers daily, and he returned to his home. I also didn't realize the significance of what Swami Sathyananda Saraswati said at that point of time. But later on, when my friend was around 27, he married and he met with a serious accident. He had a narrow escape. Again, when he was around 35, he was working in a multinational company outside Kerala. He had a massive heart attack. And though he escaped, some damage was done to his heart, and he returned to Kerala. And he took up a job which was not befitting his status, and he was worried about that. He was always unsatisfied. He developed friction with his family members. He stopped calling his former friends. And when he was around 45, he passed away. When the news of his death came to me, or I came to know about his death, then I realized what he said when we were teenagers. Now I could realize that was what Swami said. His mind was turbulent. He was traveling through a world of turbulence and he couldn't find peace. Perhaps had he listened to the words of Swami Sathyananda Saraswati, he would have been a different person and perhaps he would have lived many more years. Such stories have been told to me by many people. I know a doctor practicing modern medicine nearby my home, who had paralysis in mid-ages and was treated and cured by Swami Sathyananda Saraswati. I know one of my friends once told me that one of his uncles were forewarned about a car accident by Swami Sathyananda Saraswati, and he didn't pay heed to it, but still Swami had given him a charm or something like that, and that saved his life, though he met with an accident. Many stories I have heard like that, but that aspect of Swami, not many people know that aspect of Swami Sathyananda Saraswati. It was the recent talk by Dr. Alexander Jacob that reminded me of this aspect. So that is what I wanted to tell you people also about that. This is what I have to say today, and meet you with another topic, story of another saint next time. Till then, goodbye and namaskaram.